So I want to show you one more time the horrible corporate news question about Social Security that completely misframes the argument, because Social Security is successful, it's solvent, it's got $2 trillion surplus, it's fine for decades, right? But the corporation doesn't want you to think that, and here's her question.
We're having fun up here. On the issue of Social Security, in 18 years, when the Social Security trust funds run out of money, you'll be 76. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget estimates your benefits could be cut by as much as $7,500 per year. What would your administration do to prevent this cut?
First, we're going to protect Social Security, which was one of the greatest programs that the American government has ever done. It happened at a time when you would work your whole life, raising your kids, working, being a little league coach or a Sunday school teacher, and then you would retire into poverty. And Social Security has enabled people to retire with dignity and overwhelmingly not be in poverty. We have to keep it solvent, and we will keep it solvent. And we'll look for strategies like
why didn't he just say what I said about, it's solvent right now? It's such a successful program that it borrows money to the government that they have to, so they can have their wars. By the way, those wars, they don't turn a profit.
What?
Yeah, those wars, none of them. They're always in the red.
What? My grandma doesn't eat wars for breakfast?
Doesn't eat wars for breakfast.
In medicine? Weird.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So instead of, I don't know why, but I mean, it's an okay answer, I guess. I think Tim Kaine did a horrible job last night. But that's an okay answer, I guess. Let's hear what else he has to say.
Adjusting the payroll tax cap upward in order to do that. Here's what Hillary...
So he didn't break it down like I just...
Right.
He didn't break it down going... by the way, solvent, $2 trillion in surplus. This is a problem that you're talking about that's going to come about in 2 decades.
Yeah. And Americans don't need to be afraid of this. This is just Republican framing.
This is people framing, scaring people. There's nothing wrong ever with... So this is, again, a corporate question. None of that. He accepts the framing.
Yeah.
He accepts it. Like, we have some fixes for that, and
I will not do, and I want to make this very plain. We will never, ever engage in a risky scheme to privatize Social Security. Donald Trump wrote a...
So I just want to let you know this. That's Tim Kaine speaking on behalf of Hillary Clinton, saying we would never, ever privatize Social Security. Just so you know how badly the Democrats have sold out workers. Not only did Bill Clinton deregulate the telecommunications industry so we only have 6 companies that bring us all our media, including news. Not only did he push NAFTA, which a Republican couldn't get through the Congress, which diminished his base, which is unions forever. Not only did he deregulate Wall Street, not only did he gut welfare, not only did it explode the prison population. These are all things right-wingers usually do. But guess what else Bill Clinton did? He had a secret deal with Newt Gingrich to privatize Social Security. This is true. Thomas Frank reported this. The guy who wrote What's the Matter with Kansas and Listen Liberal. They had a secret deal to privatize Social Security, the Clinton, with Newt Gingrich. And the only thing that stopped it from happening? Monica Lewinsky. These are true facts. So just keep that in mind when Tim Kaine's talking about we will never privatize. Her husband already had a deal to do it.
So are you saying a blowjob saves Social Security?
Yes. That's how easy it is to save Social Security. How do you save Social Security? Blowjobs. That's easy. Right? That doesn't take some big scheme.
It was a medicinal blowjob.
And it was a medicinal blowjob.
Yeah.
And he said Social Security is a Ponzi scheme, and privatization would be good for all of us. And when Congressman Pence was in Congress, he was the chief cheerleader for the privatization of Social Security.
Now, both those things are true that Tim Kaine said.
Even after President Bush stopped pushing for it, Congressman Pence kept pushing for it. We're going to stand up against efforts to privatize Social Security, and we'll look for ways to keep it solvent going forward, focusing primarily on the payroll tax cap.
Governor Pence will give you an opportunity to...
Focusing primarily on the payroll tax cap. But he makes it, again, he accepted the framing, which is a big mistake. Horrible. And let's hear, watch Mike Pence.
Well, thanks, Elaine. There they go again.
So he thought that was going to be his big laugh line.
Yeah.
Because Ronald Reagan, I don't know if you know this, about 50 years ago, said that in 1980s when he was debating Mondale. He was, there you go again. And people thought that was the funniest goddamn thing they'd ever heard.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And so here he's trying to do that again, and it just falls flat, right?
Okay. All Donald Trump and I have said about Social Security is we're going to meet our obligations to our seniors. That's it.
Go read the book.
We've said we're going to meet the obligations of Medicare. That's what this campaign is really about, Senator. And I get this is the old scare tactic that they roll out, scare the seniors.
But you have a voting record, Governor.
And I get all of that. I just...
You have a voting record. I get all that. Listen, we're going to ignore it. All right, that's what this is about. And I'm going to say it really. He did win on style because Tim Kaine was annoying to me.
I agree.
Oh God, it's like you have to be able to make your point without being super annoying, and he's not able to. Tim Kaine, Mike Pence, lying is more pleasant than Tim Kaine telling the truth.
He maintained his
demeanor
the whole night, and that whatever it is that Republicans, see an authoritarian white-haired douchebag.
Can I just say, I didn't know that they gave vice presidents uniforms to wear.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so
why is he wearing the red? Usually it's the blue for Democrats and red. They keep doing this. Even
Hillary
was wearing red, and Donnie had the blue tie.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, when are you going to get your flag lapel?
So let me just say this too about Social Security. Social Security, this is from HuffPo, is not in crisis, as commonly assumed, and Quijano implied. Yes. The program is pretty close to fiscally sound now, and modest tweaks like lifting a cap on the Social Security payroll tax would be enough to take care of the shortfalls. So why didn't he say it like that? That's how Tim Kaine could have said it. He could have said, hey, look, there's nothing. This is a big problem only in corporate America's head. So here's some more. Go ahead.
Well, the first thing he should do is what you said, and then immediately turn it into a giant hammer and smash Mike Pence with it.
And he
say
couldn't.
The gentleman to my left wants to take away food from your grandparents.
Yes.
He wants your grandparents to be homeless like they were before Social Security. He doesn't do that at all.
He doesn't know how to turn. Yeah, he doesn't know how to make this issue, which is a winner, into a winner. It's like he's being handed it and he's whiffing.
Yeah. I was tweeting but he brought a wiffle ball bat to a knife fight.
Yes.
Like he was just swinging but missing.
He was swinging like
no power.
Crazy.
Even when they landed, there wasn't power.
Right. Yeah, Tim Kaine, not a good debater. Yeah. Totally unlikable.
And not once did he whip out his harmonica.